different Juve in every parish. Then there's the Big Jab Juve, which is down in the downtown area, I guess, on the Carenage. It was just, I love it. And then in the down times, it was just really nice. Like just nice, a nice place. The people were nice. The men in Grenada are big and black and strong and muscular and beautiful. Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
We went to one place the first night. I said, it must be big man night because what is going on here? Everything that walked in. It was like over 6 feet, over 200 pounds everywhere.
It was very nice. One thing I will say about Grenada though, the heat is different there as well.
It's a different
that also is always high. It never goes low.
Yeah.
Like the lowest it was like 86.
Yeah.
And that was at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Like, holy smokes.
We were like, how cold does it get? How cold does it get here? Like, yeah, it gets cold. How cold? Like 76 degrees. We were like,
wow.
Dude, are you crazy?
So they say they only have 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It's not like it's 2 seasons.
Wow.
Wet and dry.
Wet and dry.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wet and dry season. That's it.
But it was all a great experience. I think one of my best times probably was from Juve. We went to Juve. We got oiled down and oiled, not the food, but we got oiled down in a Juve. We did lots of things. We slid down hills. We did all kinds of things. We got in a water taxi and took us over to the beach, jumped out at the beach, and there was just a gallon of Dawn sitting there on the beach.
Wow.
Like for everybody to use, and we washed off in the beach.
Yeah.
And that was just like that whole experience. It poured down rain at the end of Juve, which was just, rain in a Juve. What a
Beautiful.
thing. Yeah, so it was just, but like everything.
What was I know they get crazy at Juve. What was some of the strangest things you guys saw?
There was a lawnmower.
There was no, you know what? It's just like the whole town is into it. The police were going through the crowd, and they was just oiling the police cars, oiling them up and jumping in the back of them, and the police would just drive like it was nothing, like it wasn't like, oh, stop.
Yeah,
they was just like there was carts, there was lawnmowers, there was like you see the things like how they drink the red juice so that their mouths are red while their body is black, like a lot of different things that you see. Like it was like they don't stop.
They saw some fowl, some chicken on the road.
We saw a boy in the back of a police truck, and the police truck drove off, and he fell off and got dragged down the street a little bit. Jumped up, kept on dancing. We were like, I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
That's really the spirit of the job.
I mean, he jumped up, kept on jabbing. It was just an experience, and I'm glad that I got to experience. Like I said yesterday, it was definitely a bucket list thing that was on my list for me to do, and to have achieved it was just really, really great for me. But the everything about Grenada, I'm really, really excited about.
We got to go again as a good group,
and then
and have a good time.
And then we got to see the land too. So our good driver, his name was Ashton, and he had hooked us up the whole time. Took us on an island tour. We went to a spice farm and got a lesson on the spices. We went to the chocolate factory and got a lesson on chocolate. We did some rum tastings. We went to a waterfall. We held the monkeys in a tree. We did everything, and it was just a lot. I wouldn't say everything. There's still a lot to do, I'm sure, but it's definitely like I'm going back there, and I know why people have made life decisions to just go there and stay there. I understand that.
Yeah,
dope.
It's amazing.
And then you guys came back, and you came back to B Soca's second Kitties Carnival.
Second annual Kitties Carnival.
Right,
First time officially on the road.
Oh my God. Yes.
It was amazing.
It was a great road experience. The kids had a great time. We gave them, what I do value about B Soca is that we are an organization that listens to the people and listens to the community. And everything that we have promised them, we have been able to give them. And it's not like it's giving them, it's really giving us, because it was such a joy to see that many families on the road. It was a joy to see that many smiles and kids. There was infants.
Yes.
Baby infants in mass.
Old, 4 months old.
Oh my God, it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
I do want to give a big, crazy, insane shout out to Janet. Janet. Janet has been one of the biggest supporters of Spark FM, and to see her even channel that energy into Be Soca, she was out there from the beginning until I had to literally physically hold her hand and say, get into your vehicle and go home. Go to your home. And everybody noticed it. So Janet, thank you so much for your unwavering support for everything that we do, and it is very, very much appreciated, and you are absolutely amazing.
You are family.
You are absolutely.
Definitely.
But yes,
I was gonna say, so on that same day I had the DJ a wedding, so I wasn't able to be there. But however, kudos to you guys again, because you guys are giving the people more and above. And we can see the contrast. We can see the stark contrast. And I wish Be Soca was here for us, the big people.
Yeah, I mean,
but I think
it's gonna get there.
The powers that be see the work that you guys are putting in, and hats off to y'all and keep it up.
And shout out to Big Carnival, because small baby carnival is a lot. So I know that it is a lot of work, but it is a lot of work that after 51 years. It shouldn't be as hard. So we're still fighting, and we're gonna make sure that you guys have a carnival to look forward to. It is Carnival Week, so we're not even getting to any of that. But everybody just have a good time. Everybody, it is Carnival season, and no matter where you go, it is party time.
Right. And let's just be safe. Let's be safe. Let's have fun. Let's be safe. Enjoy each other. That's so important.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Anyhow,
let's get into the show.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
The all-new Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. The People Station.
What is that?
Spark FM.
Call Spark FM at 617-272-3387.
Love you.
Oh, you're coming.
I see that you guys are gearing up this week for Carnival Week.
Oh yes.
The DJs here are all filling in a lot of slots to make sure that no matter what time of the day you are tuned in, other than our regularly scheduled program, because not everybody is Caribbean or West Indian.
Correct.
So we are making sure that when we can, you guys have something to tune in to listen to, as Boston's only radio station that caters to the urban and Caribbean markets.
Urban and Caribbean
markets. So make sure that you guys tell a friend to tell a friend. Download the app. It's only available for Apple for right now. We'll be putting out a big campaign so that you guys know when everything is completely up and going. But right now, phase 1, Apple people, download the app so that you can just press that button, press live, and listen.
Oh yeah.
All week we are in here for you guys here at Spark FM Online. You can also find us on TuneIn Radio, Twitch, and just say, Alexa, play Spark FM Online.
Oh yeah.
Yes sir.
Shout out to Killer D and Bones last night. Kicked off our Carnival celebration.
Boy,
whoa!
I had a time.
I was still going. I was like, hey.
Absolute time.
Nice time. So looking forward to all of that this week. Getting into the news this morning. Yesterday we came in. So
today's Tuesday.
Oh yes.
In the weather.
Today is Tuesday. It is August 20th. 20th.
August is moving fast, huh?
August is done.
Yeah.
August is almost done. No, start school on Monday.
Really?
Yep. Showers early, then cloudy in the afternoon. High 73 degrees. Northwest winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And the chance of rain today is 60%. It rained already this morning, you said? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's crazy. Speaking of school, some schools started last week.
Really?
Charter schools in Boston.
Oh.
Weird stuff. So yesterday at the end of the show, we gave you breaking news about the child and the parent that fell into the Charles River.
Tell me.
The duck boat had to go in and rescue them over there
Really?
by the Museum of Science. Yeah, so now we have the story. So a young child and adult rescued by duck boat after falling into the Charles River. A baby and a man were rescued from the Charles River by a duck boat on Monday morning after falling into the water. The incident happened at about 9:30 a.m. on the Cambridge side of the river near the Museum of Science and the Royal Sonesta Hotel. State police said the child, who was younger than 2, and his father were rescued by the duck boats. State police said their preliminary investigation indicates the child squeezed through the railing. The child's father jumped into the river and secured the child. Photographs of the rescue show a man with a baby in his arms clinging to the docks. I heard some people screaming. Photographer Dominic Damasi said the duck boat happened to be within 50 feet and they just went right over and helped them out.
Wow.
The story is there if you want to.
How did they fall?
I don't know. They said the baby squeezed through the gate.
Oh, that's true. That is what they do.
Yeah, and then the father went in after them. The duck boat, nicknamed Olga Ironsides, was nearby on a regularly scheduled training mission. The 2 co-captains, Michael Rosario and Kevin O'Neill, said people started frantically waving for help. Kevin proceeded to get out of the life ring, the hook, threw the life ring out to the dad, had maneuvered the boat close enough to the back, and where our ladder is.
Wow.
And Kevin was able to get the ladder down for the dad.
Wow.
So dad was holding on there while he was holding the child.
A nearby still photographer
look at that.
capturing the frightening moments.
I heard some people screaming.
Dominic Damasi saw the man go into the water after his child, who state police believe squeezed in between the railings along the walkway.
What the heck?
Then into the water.
The duck boat happened to be within 50 feet, 100 feet, and they just went right over.
Co-captain O'Neill lowered the ladder to reach them.
I just walked out a few steps into the water. I was just like thinking, just hold on to this kid and just totally concentrating and just get him up onto the duck safe.
The child, estimated to be under 2 years old, was crying and cold. The captains wrapped him in a Mylar blanket. The father also on board.
He just said, thank you so much, and he was effusively thankful.
And like I said, the adrenaline was kicking at first, so I didn't really realize what had happened. Once it settled down, it was like a sense of joy. It's just like, man, this person is able to bring their child and they're safe.
That child was taken to the hospital, but just as a precaution, and is expected to be okay. Kevin and Big Mike back to work already. We already saw their tugboat on the water here on the Charles. Live in Cambridge, Sarah Conji, WCVB News Center 5.
What a feel-good story. You know that these children just be doing whatever they want to, squeezing their little big heads through whatever they could figure out.
And this is why you got to have them little handcuffs on them, or a little backpack with the rope or something like that, because that's
And it happens so quickly. Like you can literally be looking at the child 1 minute, you blinked 3 times, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
You're in the water.
the things that these kids do. I watched such good shows yesterday. And, the new Dion Cole. The new Dion Cole show on Netflix. It's called Average Joe. Binged it the heck yesterday. Good.
It's a sitcom, or is it like a show?
It's not a sitcom. It's a drama.
Oh, okay.
Like a dramedy or whatever.
What's it about?
But it's really, really good. So Dion Cole plays this guy, just like an average black guy who like lives with his family in like this town or whatever. And then his father passes away, and after his father passes away, it's revealed that his father stole $10.5 million from the Russian mob.
Wow.
Oh,
and
Lord.
then it just goes into that. It's 10 or 13 episodes. I don't know. I watched the entire thing yesterday.
Really?
It's so good. I meant to call you last night, tell you to watch it.
Did anybody watch the Democratic
No, I was
convention?
catching highlights. I was in what the hell was I doing? Oh, I was on a 4-hour meeting.
4 hours of meetings.
It turned into, it turned out to talking after the meeting. But yeah, I completely missed it, but I was seeing highlights. It looked like it was pretty hype.
I saw a few things. I know that Hillary Clinton was there.
Yep.
When my friend said that he expected Hillary to break out her hot sauce out of her purse. Remember that was a thing when
Yep.
she was campaigning.
When she went to the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I will go back and watch it because I want to see what was going on. Angela, tell us some of the highlights. Thank you, Toya. What else we got here? 2 people dead after an incident at North Andover home. I don't know. Some of these people got to stop living out in the suburbs because strange things be happening out there. So 2 people are dead after an incident at a North Andover home. Police and crime tapes surrounded the home in the 200 block of Turnpike Street. The incident was reported to police around 5:30 p.m. Monday. Video from Sky 5 showed over a dozen police officers and multiple police cruisers, including members of North Andover and Massachusetts State Police, outside the home. One individual was pronounced deceased at the home, and another was pronounced deceased later after being transferred to the hospital with serious injuries. Officials have not provided any details as to the nature of the incident or how the victims died. Police quickly shut down a 2-block section of Turnpike Street lined with restaurants, businesses, and banks. Neighbors tell Mary Saladna that several young adults rented the house. One of the young women had a baby earlier this year. Police brought in 3 fire trucks to shield the front of the home while they were processing the scene. North Andover Police and Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to the office of Essex County District Attorney Paul Tucker were in the early stages of an active investigation. Authorities are asking the public for their cooperation in staying away from the area. The district attorney's office told the News that this was an isolated incident and there is no threat to the public. What do you think it is? A murder-suicide?
Yes. That's usually what in these towns outside of there, that's usually what it is.
Yeah.
A little murder, suicide.
Suicide. Speaking of, I don't want to make light of this situation, but speaking of murder, they posted a picture of a Don Julio bottle that was left out on from the Dominican festival the other day. And the Don Julio bottle is kind of like laid out on the grass, and people are posting such beautiful rest in peace dedications to the Don Julio
Don Julio.
I read this.
Did you guys discuss that yesterday?
We did discuss it, not at length, because we kind of wanted to preserve the, we don't want it to be a bad thing that it was the Dominican festival, but it was horrible.
It is. I mean, I think that it is, and it has to be spoken about. I did actually speak to a reporter yesterday.
Yeah, Bobby Seals also spoke about it, I think, on his show.
Yeah, I spoke to a reporter yesterday who was interested in just kind of like the overall take of, these cultural celebrations. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, the bad thing about it is I can't really speak too much for the Dominican festival and parade, because what we do see is that's not anything that's out of the usual for, certain types of cultures. Like, we see them congregating every weekend. It's not just the Dominican festival weekend. The shooting now, that was something unfortunate, and I'm pretty sure that happened from somebody who was not there to celebrate the culture. And those are the things that we have to be able to distinguish in this community. These events that we're having, whether it be Dominican, Puerto Rican, West Indian, whatever it is, these are cultural celebrations signifying something, significant inside of that culture. It's a celebration. And when people come there with the intent of not celebrating, but the intent of just thinking it's a free-for-all, it's a party, it's a festival, it's a carnival, I'm just gonna go out there and shake my ass and I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, that's when it gets kind of convoluted about what is supposed to be happening out here. And what I told him is that I think that there needs to be partnership between the media and these organizations that actually tell people about the history and the tradition of these celebrations prior to people getting out there. Yeah. Because if you're just coming here, you see, the Puerto Rican festival is today. You just thinking that you're going out there to eat fried dough and get on some rides. These people are celebrating their independence and all kinds of other things. Like, they're not coming out here to be shot up against. You're making these big floats in the streets, and they're decorating, and they're happy that they're whatever they are, and people are just out there just with bad intent. Who cause these kind of things. And yes, the ground is terrible. Like, it's terrible. And what happened to the city and the street sweepers? Where were they at?
That's what they were. I was saying this morning. People were saying that because of the shooting, they had to clear out the area and became a crime scene, and that's why it looked like that out there. They weren't able to clean it up, is what they said. But I don't understand that, because I know for like the Caribbean Carnival.
Yes.
At the end of the carnival is the parade of the street sweepers.
The last truck on the road is the street sweeper. After Mudband, it is the street sweepers that are there to clean up the street immediately, regardless of anything. And we've had, I always think it's we've had immediate,
Yeah.
We've had incidents out there as well that never stopped a street sweeper from coming and street sweeping. So I'm not sure what happened here.
Yeah, it was weird. Oh, so Pastor Troy said that they didn't have a permit. Hempress Divine says they do this every weekend though, and they really do.
Exactly, they
Blue Hill
do.
Ave down to from Columbia Road down to Seaver is a block party every
They said
weekend.
there was 500 people out there.
Oh,
But the thing is, people are utilizing social media to boost those numbers too. So everybody was on social media letting everybody know where to meet up at.
yeah, that's
you know.
yeah, that's true. You said that too. Back to the last story about the deaths in Andover. Janet said that they said that the mom died at the scene and the baby was sent to the hospital.
For what?
That Andover, they said the two people that died in Andover, and that somebody said that a woman had just had a baby a little while ago. So Janet said the update is that they said that the mom died at the scene and that the baby was sent to the hospital, so the baby must have died as well.
Oh no.
Mother and infant were the victims.
Oh no.
Right. Janet said the festival was on the grass, plus they didn't have a Janet.
If they had a Janet, then it would have been great.
Right. So yeah, I wonder if the city is going to have to go out there and clean that up, or what's going to happen. But yeah, that is just crazy what happened out there. Parents in a mass town are frustrated over school bus cuts, and I think that we hear about this every year, that there's some issue with the school buses, right? So parents in Stoughton, Massachusetts are grappling with the school district's decision to cut bus services for 150 students due to budget constraints. Stoughton parent Michelle Chazon showed where her daughter and other neighborhood kids have waited for the school bus for years. She stops right here where this mark is. She puts it out. The kids from both sides come over, and my daughter will be waving to them from my front door. Chason's 8th grade daughter is one of the 150 middle and high school students affected by the cuts. The Stoughton Public Schools District cited a sharp increase in bus applications and budget constraints as the reasons for the cuts. They have already cut one bus and need another 3. It is less money that's available for transportation materials and supplies because my choices were that or classroom teachers, said Dr. Joseph Beda, the superintendent of Stoughton Public Schools. Beda explained the seats were guaranteed on a first-come, first-served basis. For a Monday night, parents shared their frustrations, urging the district to return to free-based bus program or considered double runs.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. It's putting it up.
The story's loading.
Beta explained the seats were guaranteed. Okay. The superintendent has been reluctant because that means pickups and drop-offs in the dark. I'd rather have my child waiting for a bus in the dark than walking in the dark. The district is providing transportation for around 100 migrant children from a hotel in Stoughton, with the state covering the costs.
So this is the problem. So these are the problems that they're always going to pit us.
Michelle Chason shows us.
Yeah, go ahead.
And pull it back from the top.
Do here. Our Peter Eliopoulos is live in Stoughton, where a mom says that a bus will arrive on her block, but her kids won't be able to ride it, Peter?
Yeah, that's right, Maria. In fact, it'll arrive right in front of her house, and she doesn't want her daughter walking the 2 or so miles to school because their street doesn't have any sidewalks.
The younger kids, I make them stand here.
Michelle Chason shows us where her daughter and other kids in the neighborhood have waited for the school bus for years.
She stops right where this mark is. So she puts it out, the kids from both sides come walking over, and my daughter will be waving to them from my front door.
She says her 8th grade daughter is left behind, one of 150 middle and high school students whom the Stoughton Public Schools can't provide transportation. The district citing a sharp increase in bus applications and budget constraints. They already have to cut one bus and need another 3.
It is less money that's available in areas of transportation, materials, and supplies because my choices were that or classroom teachers.
Superintendent Dr. Joseph Baeta says seats were guaranteed on a first-come, first-served basis.
Let's all pay for the bus. That way every single child can have transportation to school.
At a forum tonight, working parents shared their frustrations, urging the district to go back to a fee-based bus program or consider double runs. The superintendent reluctant because that means pickup and drop-offs in the dark.
I'd rather have my child waiting for a bus in the dark than walking in the dark.
The district is providing transportation to around 100 migrant children from this hotel in Stoughton, but says the state is paying for those buses, although it's still causing a burden.
Their closest elementary school is 2 miles away, and so on and so forth. And we don't move all these kids to just one school. I can't handle that. I have to place them at all 5 elementary schools.
I understand their plight. I feel sorry for them, but we have children too.
Now, the superintendent says he does expect some kids to get added to the bus list. He expects more availability. He says some parents have actually called and offered up their child's seat.
I don't know what to say. You want to know? Because I get it. And this is the problem that we're having. And she said something that was right, but, coming from them, it always seems like, they're whatever. I got kids too. Yeah. And I live here and I pay taxes and I do all the things. I own a business, I have a car, all those kind of things. Why is it that my kid can't get a ride to and from school, but other children that just got here are getting rides to and from school and food and everything? Not saying that they shouldn't. That is not to say that they shouldn't, but we should as well.
Right.
That's it. That's the bottom line.
I mean, we went to school in Belmont. These people are trying to go down the street.
Yeah.
We had to travel to Belmont on the T.
Yep.
So y'all gonna have to figure that out.
I don't know if they have to fill it out or we as a city has to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like we've got to figure out
that's
how.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Y'all got to figure it out.
Somebody got to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something got to give.
The kids got to get to school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Janet says, Bruh, Stoughton is big. Y'all shouldn't have moved out the city. Sorry.
That's true, too.
Hey, at least the district will bring your middle schoolers to school. BPS stops bus service if the kids are in 7th and 8th grade. And that's the...
Which sucks, too, because I feel like that's when they should be on the bus. Get you back to this house, and then you can do whatever you want to, but you can't get back to this house.
But Mike Nice says, again, wait, the state is paying for the migrants' transportation. And that, that's always going to be the thing now with the migrant population that we have. Is that's always going to be a factor. Wait a minute, you're not taking care of our kids, but you're paying for this. So, I don't know. Mass Farm offering $5,000 reward after a goat, Caleb, gets spooked and flees. So Caleb is missing. If anybody has seen Caleb, please give some information. They are offering a $5,000 reward. He was last seen going into the woods near the junction of Littleton County Road and Old Schoolhouse Road in Harvard, Mass.
These people don't chip they goats. What's this?
As a goat.
Yeah. They don't chip they goat. Like, I feel like if you chip a dog, you should chip your goat too. Like all your farm animals. Put a little thing in them, especially if they're prone to leave, if they're in flight risk.
Exactly. A Massachusetts farm is living its
Put a
worst.
little air tag on it.
They're living their worst nightmare. That's what they say after one of their beloved, right? That's what I said. After one of its beloved goats became spooked and ran away while getting settled on Sunday. The farm Harvard Sawa Goat Sanctuary worked with the local police and the fire department to search for Caleb the goat until nightfall using a thermal drone, but he was still missing Monday morning, according to a post. Somebody done catch and carry. We are living our worst nightmare right now. We are absolutely shattered and sick to our stomachs. The sanctuary wrote, adding that they are offering a $5,000 reward to anyone who is able to bring Caleb to
safety. How many thousands?
$5,000.
Where they at?
In Harvard, Mass.
Oh, I'm about to go right over there to Harvard, Mass, and I'm going to put on a whole search. I'm going to find Caleb. I'm going to find Caleb today.
He was last seen going into the woods. They added that they have posted in all local Facebook groups and on Nextdoor about Caleb's escape. We just need him to come home. The Sour Goat Sanctuary has said.
I will go find him.
Yeah.
I will bring him home safely.
Bring home Caleb, because what is that?
$5,000. You can do it.
They're serious about it. $5,000.
Beverly said, "Oh, the Jamaicans don't find him."
I know. Well, Beverly. Speaking of Beverly, I see Beverly's having a nice food sale.
Bev's Kitchen
happening on Saturday,
and we're there.
I said, "Oh, look at my best friend cooking up!" I'm so excited. I can't wait to get my little lamb stew, rice and peas, macaroni pie, and salad.
That's exactly what I want.
That's what I'm gonna have.
That's my order.
That's my first order.
Bev, can you put that away one time? One time.
Two men face judge after Memorial Drive road rage incident in Cambridge. And I think we alluded to this yesterday, too, the shooting incident. They appeared before a judge on Monday with both blaming the other for the incident that ended in gunfire. The fight occurred Sunday evening and resulted in one man being shot, shutting down Memorial Drive for several hours. It's alleged that Mr. Osorio got out of the car and Mr. Gutierrez got out of the car wielding what appeared to be a metal pipe or a metal pole. Mr. Gutierrez raised the weapon over his head and moved it to strike Mr. Osorio in the head, causing the serious injury. The lawyer disputes that account. He says that Gutierrez sat in his car until Osorio approached and started tapping on the window with his gun. She claims Gutierrez used the pipe or pole in self-defense. Osorio also claims self-defense. Gutierrez and Osorio were transported to the Mass General Hospital, both with serious injuries.
Like, what the hell? What is it? What? Like, road rage. I get road rage inside of the car. Mm-hmm. I don't ever see myself getting so angry with someone on the road driving to where we're going to stop my car, get out of it, and to have a physical altercation. Any altercation I'm having is with the car. That's it.
Imagine somebody going up to your window, coming up to your window, tapping on the window with a gun. That's it.
There's no conversation. I'm out here. I'm outside.
So Osorio is legally licensed to carry a firearm, and his firearm was recovered at the scene along with several shell casings. You was gonna kill this man for what?
For what? What was the fight about?
I don't know. They say video from the scene shows two vehicles stopped on the road with bullet holes shattering the driver's side window. Video shared by the witness immediately after the incident shows police surrounding the man laying on the grassy median in the middle of the road. The judge ordered both men to remain held without bail until a dangerousness hearing on Wednesday. They didn't say what happened. They didn't say if somebody cut somebody else off or what happened.
The story up. Let's see.
Evoking this fight that, as you say, happened right near MIT on one of the Boston area's most famous streets. One of the men appeared via video from his hospital bed where he's recovering from two gunshot wounds, including one to the chest. The other appeared in his police booking photo with a bandage wrapped around his head.
Police responded to 134 Memorial Drive for a reported road rage incident.
It happened last night. Prosecutors say 30-year-old Kevin Osorio from Boston and 65-year-old Cesar Gutierrez from Revere both turned onto Memorial Drive. The prosecutors say Gutierrez repeatedly slammed on the brakes in front of Osorio, and they say when traffic came to a stop, both men got out of their vehicles and that Gutierrez was armed with a metal pipe or pole. Mr.
Gutierrez raised the weapon over his head and moved it to strike Mr. Osorio in the head, causing a serious injury.
But Gutierrez's lawyer told the judge that's not how it happened at all. She says Gutierrez sat in his car until Osorio approached and started tapping on the window with his gun.
My client acted in complete self-defense here on the case, Your Honor.
But Osorio is also claiming self-defense. His charges include attempted murder and having a loaded firearm while under the influence of marijuana. The fight shut down Memorial Drive near MIT for several hours last night while police tried to sort out what happened. The judge here ordered that both men will be held without bail. Gutierrez will have state police guarding his hospital room, at least until a dangerousness hearing on Wednesday.
Wow. Wow. 65 and 30.
65 and 30?
Yeah.
You guys are
5 years old.
You guys should not be behaving like that.
So the 65-year-old got shot twice in the chest. Shot twice.
So the 30-year-old came over and tapped on the window with the gun.
Yeah.
And then the 65-year-old.
Yeah, so then the 65-year-old got out with his pipe and hit the 30-year-old in the head with the pipe, and the 30-year-old shot the 65-year-old twice.
That's terrible. That is very terrible and unfortunate.
Yeah, Janet said since the state redrew the lane lines, folks are a lot more aggressive when driving. At least I know I do. Stay in your lane. Yeah, that's weird. People need to relax. That is our local news. People, we're going to take a quick commercial break, come back with the national news for you. Spark FM Online, Saucy and Friends in the morning. It's Carnival Tuesday. Be back.
You are enjoying the miracle of radio.
New England's #1 urban Caribbean music. Radio. Spark FM.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
If you're talking, they will hear you.
Why are we getting killed like this?
Kyle's not here. Got caught drinking beer in the park a couple of nights ago.
Really?
Yeah. 0 tolerance. He's out for the season.
Harsh.
Hey, he knew not to drink. We've made that clear to all of our kids, right?
No, not really.
Bill, if we don't tell them what we expect and why they shouldn't drink, how are they going to know?
Talk. They hear you. For more information, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Spark FM.
Wheezy boy, make me dance. Daddy-o, make me dance.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Tell me how you want it, yeah. Call me and I'm over.
Spark FM.
And we are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. Saucy and Friends in the morning, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Giving you all of the news, all of the entertainment, and all of the good music. It's time for our national and world news. Miss Tony, ¿por qué es we doing?
2 Americans, obviously not Saucy, are among 6 passengers still missing after a super yacht sinks off the coast of Sicily.
What that mean?
Oh no.
Where they at?
2 Americans are among those still missing after the super yacht sank off the coast of Sicily on Monday. Christopher and Nada Mervillo are among 6 people still unaccounted for who were aboard the UK-flagged Bayesian vessel, which sank during a violent storm. Christopher Mervillo is a partner at law firm Clifford Chance and represented the yacht's owner, British tech tycoon Mike Lynch, in his recent fraud case bought by the Hewlett-Packard. He is a former assistant United States attorney for the Southern District of New York. The search resumed Tuesday morning for the 6 people missing from the Bayesian. Among the bodies that may be trapped inside the vessel are those of Lynch and his 18-year-old daughter, Hannah. Some of the 15 people who were rescued are either still recovering or have now left the hospital. Oh my gosh, that's awful. 1 body was found, 6 remain missing, and 15 people were rescued so far with this. From this.
I'd be damned if I go on a super yacht and that happened to me.
Because how a super like
Exactly. They don't got no life boots and life vests.
All right, Sahara. Former Congressman George Santos pleads guilty.
George Santos, how's he doing?
George Santos he pled guilty to wire fraud and aggravated identity theft.
Wow.
You don't say.
Wow. Well, that is.
You don't say.
I would have never,
No, George
never
Santos.
imagined.
Is that if that's his real name? Earlier today in federal court in Central Islip, former Congressman George Anthony DeVoldar Santos pleaded guilty.
Voldemort, did you say?
Yes, Voldemort. DeVolder pleaded guilty to committing wire fraud and aggravated identity theft. The proceeding was held before the United States District Court Judge Joanna Siebert. When sentenced, Santos faces a minimum sentence of 2 years imprisonment and a maximum sentence of 22 years in prison. So you're going to jail now.
Going to jail today.
Yeah, as part of the plea, Santos will pay restitution.
Former New York.
Oh, go ahead.
Brief audio.
Congressman George Santos pleaded guilty earlier this afternoon to 1 count of wire fraud and 1 count of identity theft related to his 2022 campaign for Congress, where he lied about his resume just weeks before his federal trial is set to begin. Santos won the seat but was expelled from Congress last year. The charges carry a minimum 2-year prison sentence.
Minimum. So they said he has to pay $373,000, $373,749.97. Did I say that right? $373,749.97 in restitution.
I know that's a lot of money.
Yep, and a forfeiture of $205,002.97. Why the 97 cents?
I don't know how they calculate that.
What is that, a markdown at Walmart? Because what the heck, 97 cents? Santos was initially charged in May of 2023, and a superseding indictment charging Santos with additional crimes was returned in October of 2023. So today...
How come they don't just put that man in jail for just fraud, period? Like, they don't got to specify it. Just be like, you fraudulent. You got to go sit in jail for a little bit.
So he had he had the party program scheme. That's one of the schemes that he did. He also had a, credit card fraud scheme, a fraudulent political contribution solicitation scheme, unemployment insurance fraud scheme, false statements to the House of Representatives, and so on and so on. He's awful. What a bad man. What a bad hombre.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he was a lady at one point, wasn't he?
And he was a lady. All right.
Yeah, a recall alert. 21,000 Cadillacs have been recalled over an ABS issue. This little Cadillac car is cute.
I know.
I had one of those in Miami last night.
How many times? You had that? You didn't have that last year.
I did. I had that because there were spiders in the Benz.
Oh, yes.
So he gave me that one.
Yes, that's true. I remember that. Yeah. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration announced the recall of more than 21,400 Cadillacs. The NHTSA said the anti-lock brake system can activate unexpectedly and release pressure in the surface brake system of some 2023 and 24 Lyric electric SUVs. The company will send an over-the-air update to the car to fix the electronic brake control module software, but dealers can also install the update for free. So if it can just be, if they could just...
Why they recalling?
Why are they recalling it if they can just send it out to be fixed? And why they can send it out to be fixed like that?
What is it? You can just take it off and send it out, put it in a box and send it off and bring it back and stick it back on? If that's it, then
it's an update they can do over the air.
Oh, then no.
So why are you recalling? Just send it out and make it do it.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Send the link.
Owners will be getting a letter after September 23rd concerning the issue, and they can call Cadillac directly to get some information on that. Well, that's nice. That's crazy.
We didn't see anything on the convention.
Yeah. Can you find that in there while
I got a couple of videos too that we can play, little highlight videos.
Okay.
But when you guys get
send it on Messenger.
All right.
Yes, send it on Messenger. Because these two next stories seem a little WTF to me. Accused rapist found with gloves, mask on the way to kill his ex.
What?
Stabbed them so they would not scream. Accused teen rapist found with painter's mask, latex gloves on the way to murder his ex-girlfriend and her family, the police say. Matthew Robert Austin, an 18-year-old man already facing charges for the alleged rape of a 14-year-old girl, was arrested in a separate case in Oklahoma after police say he was found with latex gloves and a painter's mask in a Home Depot bag while on the way to stab his ex-girlfriend and her mother.
Wow.
A copy of the arrest warrant affidavit obtained Monday by Law and Crime explains the allegations. Austin was arrested by deputies for the Norman Police Department after some of Austin's friends alerted officials that the young man was talking about harming his ex-girlfriend and family, court records show. According to the affidavit, when Austin was arrested on July 18th, he was located near his ex-girlfriend's house by the police with a Home Depot sack containing latex gloves and painter's mask.
No.
Police say Matthew admitted to threatening to kill his ex-girlfriend and her family and then advised the police that he was also under investigation. But he told them that he was under investigation for a rape incident of a 14-year-old. Matthew admitted to having sex with the 14-year-old, but advised he believed her to be 19 years old.
No, he didn't. According
to a warrant for Austin's arrest, dated August 1st, it alleged that on July 14th, the mother of the 14-year-old girl, identified only as TL in documents, contacted the Moore Police Department in Oklahoma, advising that her daughter was raped by Austin. The mother showed police text messages between Matthew and TL when they first met and when their conversation ended. The victim completed a forensic interview advising she met Matthew through church and then exchanged numbers when she was eating at a restaurant he works at. Police said Austin told TL he was 16. Jail records show he was born in November 2005, making him 18 years old. TL said that in July, Austin had visited her residence and forced himself on her and raped her. She told police that Austin told her everything would be fine and not to tell anyone due to their age and it needed to be a secret. So he's a pervert in training.
A pervert in training, but... You thought that she was 19 years old? You didn't think she was 19 years old. You knew very well that she was.
He knew how old she was because he told her she was 16.
Yeah.
He's just a nasty bastard.
Yeah.
When Austin, so I don't know, he went on to go, this is a different ex that he was going to kill her and her mother. This is a very, very long story, but he did it. He's awful and disgusting.
Terrible.
Now to updates from the convention. Do we have that? What was that? Who did that? Because Sauce sounds like a man, so I didn't know which one y'all left.
I was stalling trying to get the thing up. And here we go, some takeaways from the Democratic Convention Day 1 that was held last night.
Very nice.
By Auntie Kamala.
The Democratic National Convention is officially underway, and today marks day 2 of the event.
And just less than 6 hours ago, night 1 all wrapped up. Jasmine Monroe joins us now with a recap of everything that happened last night right now. This morning.
Hello, Jasmine. Mama.
Hey, good morning to both of you. It was a long night in Chicago. I stayed up late myself to watch it. Just 1 month ago, President Joe Biden was the official Democratic presidential nominee, and just hours ago, he formally passed that torch to his Vice President, Kamala Harris. Now, the convention kicked off in Chicago with the theme For the People. Vice President Kamala Harris delivered a surprise speech, firing up the crowd.
With optimism, hope, and faith, so guided by our love of country, knowing we all have so much more in common than what separates us, let us fight for the ideals we hold dear, and let us always remember, when we fight, we win.
Yes.
Well, Vice President Kamala Harris will take the stage again on Thursday for the final speech of the convention to formally accept her nomination. Now, later in the night, President Joe Biden highlighted the accomplishments he and she and Vice President Kamala Harris made together while laying out the vision for the country's future under her leadership, in contrast to former President Donald Trump.
Are you ready to vote for democracy and for America? Let me ask you. Are you ready to elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz?
Well, former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, the first woman to clinch a major party nomination in 2016, urging voters to help shatter the glass ceiling by electing Harris as the first female president. Now, on day 1 of the Democratic National Convention, thousands of protesters took to the streets calling for a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. Several protesters were detained and handcuffed by police. Now, in response to that protest, Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance took to X, stating, quote, "Given that Kamala Harris wants to defund the police, maybe she should have them stand down and let the protesters do whatever they want." Now, Harris did voice support for the defund the police movement in an interview back in 2020 before denouncing the movement after she had joined President Joe Biden's campaign. And that's a recap of day one of the Democratic National Convention. Of course, we'll be following this through until Thursday.
So that's one recap. And then we have another one here.
We have a couple of highlights from the event.
Yeah. Let's see this.
Trial. And when he woke up, he made his own kind of history. The first person to run for president with 34 felony convictions. As Vice President, Kamala sat in the Situation Room.
Yeah. Wow, jeez. Wow, and this is one more here.
Your district chose you because they believe in you.
That's my girl.
And so do I. The next month, I went viral for the first of many times to come. For hitting Republicans with a dose of their own medicine. That brief but impactful interaction gave me my legislative legs, and I've been running ever since. God wants you. Your district chose you.
I like Jasmine.
Yeah, I do too.
Me too. I like her a lot. Also was the president from Scandal.
Oh, he was there?
Yeah, he made a speech.
Finn.
Finn. There's a clip in there of him too. And then there's a really great one of AOC. She did one of those. Yeah, this. Yep. Oh no, this one.
Wow,
Jesse Jackson was there. He was the first. He was the first
living?
black one that campaigned to be president, right? So they have a highlight of his when he was.
I did not know he was still living.
Me either. Did I know that? I did know that. Did I know that?
Still alive, Jesse
How old
Jackson.
is Jesse Jackson?
82 years old.
What is that?
I don't know what that is.
What song is that they played for him there?
That sounds like Bridgerton.
Go to the and AOC's one is there too. She had a pretty pop. Maybe it's the first one.
First one?
Yeah.
LaWanda said, I thought Jesse Jackson was dead too.
Okay.
I killed the man off.
And now this is the last one here. AOC. Yes. Here we go.
Know that Donald Trump would sell this country for $1 if it meant lining his own pockets and greasing the palms of his Wall Street friends. And I, for one, am tired of hearing about how a 2-bit union buster thinks of himself as more of a patriot than the woman who fights every single day to lift working people out from under the boots of greed, trampling on our way of life. The truth is, Don, you cannot love this country if you only fight for the wealthy and big business. To love this country is to fight for its people. Oh, because we know that.
It was out there, man.
Yes. You see how the people who spoke at that convention sound intelligent?
Yes. Versus the people that spoke at the RNC. What is it? RNC?
The people who came out with pads taped to their ears.
Pads taped to their ears. Tattoos on their foreheads.
And the ones who are now walking around with cups of J.D. Vance's semen.
Excuse me?
Oh, you missed that story yesterday?
Oh, yeah, they were walking around with cups of his semen.
Tell me what you're talking about.
They're walking around with little specimen cups now that has a white thing inside of it, and it says J.D. Vance full family starter pack or something like that. And it's supposed to be mimicking cups of J.D. Vance's semen that they're walking around with. Because vice president person who's coming up.
JD Vance.
No, our new one. Ours. The
Kamala
Democrat.
Harris.
Not Kamala Harris. Her running mate.
Waltz. Yes.
Waltz has had trouble with infertility and spoke about it. And so now the Republicans are walking around with little cups of JD Vance.
I should have stayed my ass home today. Oh, this is what you're. Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
With pictures of him.
Is this what we're doing in America?
Yeah, so they're wearing MAGA gear and walking around with little cups.
This is seriously? You guys are seriously talking? Where am I? What?
What are they saying? What are they saying there?
What?
Oh, these people, let me see.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah, look at them.
And it feels like it's got to be like a Good Liars thing or something like that.
Totally. This is what I'm thinking. I think someone associated with the Democrats started to pass these out and took photos with them
and said, hold this, let me see this. This has got to be,
Yeah, like it's. Yeah.
I don't understand what they even just said. You think that somebody associated with the Democrats?
I think they were being facetious, but
I thought we was listening to Fox News or somebody like that who was trying to blame the Democrats. For
this. I just feel I don't.
Don't worry, don't hurt yourself.
I am literally stunned to silence because is this, you guys are out here with cups of fake jizz of JD Vance. Yes. And this is what we are supposed. This is not a mockery of America.
This is what I'm saying. And you people are doing that, and then you will vote. You trust people who would do that to vote for who should lead our country. That's the crazy part.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, well, Jada said, man, these folks did wear maxi pads on their ears.
They did.
Yeah, how could we expect the president to win a war if he's shooting blinks? Oh.
Did we see any? Like, I don't understand how regular thinking people.
Shut up.
How regular thinking people can see the Republicans and how they're behaving and be like, you know what? He should be president. And the most people that piss me off about this is you black people who are sitting here pandering to Trump and his supporters, and it makes me so angry. I would wish that you guys would just shut up and don't say nothing and just silently vote for who you want to vote for instead of being on the internets and stuff talking about yes, Trump 2024. Are you kidding me?
Being vocal and visual. Go hide under a rock and crawl out when it's time to vote if that's what you need to do. But stop embarrassing the United States of America by acting the way that you guys are acting. It is so ridiculous. You know, the people in Grenada was laughing at us.
Yeah, they were.
And I was like,
what?
They was laughing at America because of all the foolishness going on here. They had their opinions on the whole situation. They were laughing, and I was like, I'm laughing too.
I'm laughing as well. I'm laughing with you.
Yep. Because it's ridiculous. And then this WTF story of the day. Poor little man. A doctor, 84 years old, doesn't notice his colonoscopy patient screaming in pain because he wasn't wearing his hearing aid, the medical board says. A Florida colonoscopy patient screams of pain went unnoticed because his 84-year-old doctor didn't have his hearing aid on, the medical board said. According to an administrative complaint by the Florida Department of Health's Board of Medicine, Dr. Ishwari Prasad on June 5th, 2023, conducted 2 subpar colonoscopy procedures at Ambulatory Surgery Center in Tampa. The complaint says Prasad is hearing impaired and uses assistive hearing devices to be able to effectively communicate with his surgical team and patients. However, Prasad allegedly was not wearing the hearing aid during one or both of the procedures. During the procedure for a patient identified in the complaint as RF, Prasad allegedly inserted the scope inside of him before he was fully sedated. Prasad did not stop the procedure when it became apparent the patient was not fully sedated. The respondent fell below the minimum prevailing professional standard of care by performing a colonoscopy on a patient that had not been fully sedated and or by failing to utilize his assistive hearing devices, resulting in not being able to hear the patient. After he inserted the scope, the patient began yelling. The octogenarian doctor, meaning he's in his 80s, and why is he still practicing in his 80s, was unable to effectively communicate with his staff during the second procedure, according to the complaint. During the second procedure, a hospital administrator told Prasad to stop, but he leaned over the patient and shouted, "I know!" and kept inserting the probe.
No!
The board has also determined that Prasad delegated to a surgical tech several tasks that the tech was not licensed complete. he committed medical malpractice. In the order finalized on August 7th, the board put Prasad on probation, imposed a $7,500 fine, required him to reimburse the department over $6,300 for the cost of the investigation, and to have another physician supervise his gastroenterology procedures. He also must undergo an evaluation to determine his clinical competency. I think that should have been the evaluation. And that he is not clinically competent.
How much are they suing him for?
They don't say how much the patients are suing him for, but according to the Florida Department of Health, Prasad earned a PhD in microbiology in the United Kingdom in 1967 and his MD in Mexico. He began practicing medicine in the United States in the early 1900s. Well, 1980s it says.
Sir, it's time to go and join your family and take care of your grandkids and get a dog.
I just feel like these octogenarians who are out here producing subpar
care
and producing subpar kitties carnivals should just stop and let people do it.
So in this America, we don't believe in ageism. And I agree with that. I don't believe that we should believe in ageism, but there is an age that should be stopped.
Yes.
Cars.
Octogenarian.
Yeah. Like at this point, you shouldn't be performing procedures. You should be doing, like physical exams or something like that. No. Let me knock your knee. Let me check your ears. Let me check your blood pressure.
No.
Those kind of things.
The only thing octogenarian doctors should be doing I got your nose. That's it. That's it. Check in the patients because you still want to be there. Hand out the lollipops. Something like that. But you should not be performing any procedures. That's it.
And driving.
That's it. Or driving.
Yes, driving to your procedure to perform. No, you should not do any of those.
And he probably did. And that is the national and world news that we have for you all.
That is terrible news.
Yes, it was all so.
It could all be so simple, but everybody really makes it hard.
Hey. Have you guys heard the Pros diss? Did you guys know that?
Whom?
Did you guys know that Pros dissed Lauryn Hill? There's a diss track out.
Oh, really?
No, I heard that he was talking mess about her.
Mm-hmm.
But what did he say?
I didn't listen to it.
Oh, we're gonna get into that in the entertainment news. We'll find it. Okay. So we'll be right back. Entertainment news in a few minutes. Saucy and Friends Online. Nope, that's not.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Trees.
People station. What is that? Spark FM.
Want to give your baby a head start? Get the best protection against flu and COVID-19. Because their immune system isn't fully developed at birth, babies need additional protection. When you get vaccinated while pregnant, it can keep you and your baby from getting sick. As they get older, this can result in more time in school and daycare for them, and more productive time at work for you. Vaccines are safe and effective for children as they grow. No matter where you are on your pregnancy journey, flu and COVID vaccines can boost your and your baby's natural defenses and protect your family. Stay up to date with your vaccines. Stay healthy. Talk with your trusted healthcare provider today. Brought to you by the Boston Public Health.
Yamba Market. Visit the first Black-owned dispensary in Cambridge. Yamba Market's mission is to participate authentically in building a socially restorative adult cannabis market in Massachusetts and beyond. Their commitment to the Yamba family is to provide an inclusive and exemplary experience focused on a broad selection of unique strains, quality products, and customer journey. Open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. 580 Mass Avenue, Central Square, Cambridge, Massachusetts. Registration at yambamarket.com.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Hi, it's Tori DeVito. In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know, from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now, that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Spark FM.
Perhaps I was addicted to the dark side. Somewhere inside my childhood when this my heart died. And even though we both can't.
Igniting the airwaves. Spark FM.
I mean, I stop love how they can them flex. The hand close and make a next can fix. Me no stop love how they.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com. Turn us up.
Oh my darling, oh my darling.
Spark FM.
And we are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. This is one of my good songs. I tell you, I have it.
Because that's a real thing. You know, Carnival Tabanca is a real thing. Speaking of Carnival Tabanca.
All right, bring it, Mike.
Sorry, I was like, where is she?
Speaking of Carnival Tabanca, there's a JetBlue sale happening right now. They got some pretty cheap flights. It's for the next 4 days, and they've got some pretty cheap flights. And you know, JetBlue flies direct to Grenada. Speaking of flying direct to Grenada, let's talk about it, Saucy.
So, Tristan. We flew Mint on JetBlue.
What's that? That's the
super first class.
Super first class. Wow. We slept laid out
like
in
this.
bed.
We were sleeping like this with beds and pillows.
With pillows and blankets.
And
straight out.
How do
and a full goddamn meal.
Yes, a full meal.
A full meal.
How do you get the mint?
3 courses.
We had 3 courses. They came and they brought us a little snack at first with a welcome drink. And then they came back and offered us more drinks. We was lit. That's why we fell asleep for so long.
Turned up. I don't even know.
We got headphones, fancy headphones. We had our own little suite.
It was like own little cubby hole. Yes.
And then we had a full 17-inch screen.
Wow.
They gave us a little bag with some toiletries, eye masks, socks, lip gloss, all of that. And then we had a water. And then we had a water. Yep. We had a little water in the back of us. It was a whole seat, and the seat laid out all the way straight.
The seat laid out like a bedroom.
Wow. After we had our little 2 mint mojitos or whatever they were called, something of the mint, we laid out straight and was knocked out. It looked like a dormitory.
Yes.
Up there in the first class where we were. Everybody in the first class was knocked clean out. It was amazing. I want to fly Mint everywhere I go.
And that's the problem with getting a little bit of luxury.
Yes.
Is because you don't feel like you should have any other type of like
once you experience it, you don't want to go back. And
like
I know
going
that
home.
Right.
My TV wasn't even working, and I was like, this would have never happened.
Exactly.
This would have never happened in Mint.
The sound quality was awful because the headphones that they gave us to use, you can't keep them, but they came in like a case, and you had to unzip the case and put on the headphones, and the sound quality was like Dolby Digital sound on your ears. It was, I don't know. So we lucked out because when we were booking our tickets, the Mint tickets, I think because they had like sold out the rest of the flight and they had like a few Mint seats left. So the Mint tickets were less than the regular.
Oh yeah, let's go to this.
Basic, whatever. So we ended up getting these Mint seats. Look at this. Look at this. Look at it.
Go to it. Oh.
So that's it? That's how you
Yeah. It's a whole little room. See it how it little sleeping?
Yes.
See, look at it. Look at it. Look at that. 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 That's what we had, the little pillows. And then it's a pillow and a blanket.
It's a pillow and a blanket, but you can like put yourself into it. It's like a sleeping bag.
Yes.
Yes.
A little water, a little all of these things. You can have a sheath.
We had a pasta. We had there's 4 selections that you can choose from in the menu. So we had a pasta, a nice chicken, a salad, and a roll with butter.
Mm-hmm. And real utensils.
And the drinks was free.
Nice.
We drank drinks for free. Look, that bread and butter was so nice.
It's very nice.
Listen, I don't know when I'm ever going to be able to do that again, but listen.
Don't know, but I would never forget that experience.
Exactly.
We only live once in this life.
And our flight attendant who went in the back and cooked our meal, we cooked the meal. She said, "I hope you enjoyed your Mint experience." And we were like,
I hope you enjoyed our Mint experience.
It was amazing. And that is the news. That is the news.
That is entertaining.
Now,
let's take the time real quick to let the people know tomorrow, you guys, it's all about the B Soca's second annual Pan on the Plaza. We're going to be on City Plaza tomorrow
City
evening.
Hall Plaza, yep.
It's going to bring a family affair. You guys come out, bring your chairs, bring your loved ones, bring your friends, your associates.
Your grannies, your uncles.
Yes.
It's a real, intergenerational event.
Yes.
There are going to be about 5 different bands out there, steel orchestra bands and regular bands playing great music. There will be food. There will be activities.
Yeah.
There will be dancing. You can bring your lawn chairs. You can bring your strollers. Bring a nice
people
water.
brought blankets and sat out on City Hall Plaza
Absolutely.
last year. It's an amazing experience, not to be missed. Do not miss it. It is so good.
Everybody always talking about there's no vibes. This is how you kick off the vibes. We started with Kitty's Carnival. Now we're going into Pan on the Plaza. There's lots of events happening from Thursday all the way until Worcester Carnival on Sunday and even beyond that.
Yeah.
So you guys have to, even if you're not a big fan of the actual carnival, and I know a lot of people are sitting it out due to a lot of different reasons, we do encourage you to make sure that you come out and just enjoy these events and these activities that are going on. Here's a clip of one of our members of B-Soca, Darren Fenty, who did a segment on WBZ.
Oh, that's not the segment. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we're pulling up El Clipiando. It's a small dose of commercials. And soon thereafter, you will be enticed by the sweet sounds of pan music by our own Darren L. Fenty. Now, I don't know if L is his middle name, but I decided to give him one as I stall and talk to you.
I like the L.
You like it? Nice. Darren L. Fenty.
And don't forget, we're going to be going all day Friday long. It's all about the Spark Lick Mix. And we are going to be jump-starting the carnival season in Massachusetts. Saturday morning, it's all about Boston Juve. Saturday afternoon, it's all about Boston Carnival. Sunday, we're hitting the road. We're going to Worcester.
And then Sunday after, we're going to join Everybody's Gotta Eat for their Cambridge food festival.
Oh, my goodness.
That's going to be great.
I bet you who's not going to miss that?
Me. I'm not missing that. I am not missing that.
Wow.
Actually, let me just make sure that we don't...
Off outside of City Hall on Wednesday.
We have Darren Fenty and his steel pan with us this morning. You sound amazing. This is so cool. Thanks for joining us. Can you tell us what this event is all about?
So this event is about cultural representation, promoting the creative economy of Caribbean people. We're focused on the youth. So we start usually around 8 years old to play pan into being steel bands. We try to find steel bands that are located in Boston, since we're really trying to push the culture within the city. But it's a great experience. It goes for all ages, 8 to adults, and we just try to unite all the Caribbean islands into one event.
This is so fun. I mean, what's the cultural significance of this steel pan for the Caribbean culture here?
Well, this instrument in particular, steel pan as a whole, is about unity. There's many different Caribbean islands, but one thing that ties us together is music, which is this particular instrument. You can find this in all the islands. Even if you were on a cruise ship, one thing you might see or hear is a steel pan. And it's just a great thing that we're doing. It empowers the youth through music, culture, and of course food. But steel pan is the number one for the Caribbean.
And you said that music is what ties you all together, but people who are coming to the event will experience even more than that. Can you talk about what else people can expect?
So not only Caribbean music will be played, it'll be jazz, a fusion of Latin, different genres, but also you'll find different varieties of food from all the different islands, different arts and crafts, t-shirts for sale, and it's just a giant melting pot of networking for Caribbean and also just everyone of different ethnicities as well.
And there's going to be solo panists and also bands, right? What are you a part of?
That's a good question. I'm a soloist, but I also help out basically all the bands throughout Boston and New England. I've been doing this professionally, I would say, for about 5 years since COVID, really where it stepped off. But as a whole, about 22 years.
That's amazing.
A lot of dedication there.
Right, it takes a lot of dedication and discipline to stick with this.
And so for people who are coming to this event, maybe it's their first time coming, what do you hope they walk away with?
I hope they walk away with vibes, feeling that they were in the Caribbean, right in Boston. We're bringing the flavor, we're bringing the fun, and it's just an inclusive environment for everyone.
That's beautiful.
Feeling vibes. Can you play a little for us while I ask this last question? I'm all about the food. What's your favorite food vendor there?
I love that question. My favorite food will be roti. And I hope that's there.
What is that?
It originates in India by way of Trinidad.
Is it the curry?
Exactly.
The curry with the it's kind of like naan,
With the
but
what?
thinner.
What she said?
Exactly. That's one of my favorite foods from the Caribbean.
Amazing. Well, Pan on the Plaza is taking place on
Why are these
Wednesday.
women always pregnant on the people that news?
She's so cute.
But I'm glad. I'm
nice,
glad that
Darren.
And I'm actually glad that she kind of helped him out too. It's like the naan with the curry because that is exactly what it is. So good for what is it?
Dalpuri.
Dalpuri. Yeah, good for her.
Yeah.
She's okay, Tiff. I like her.
That was really nice. I like. Oh my gosh. You watch your nieces and nephews get so grown.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was a really nice interview. Very nice. Well done,
So
Darren.
it's Pan on the Plaza tomorrow night.
Yes.
Tomorrow night, kicking off. The show starts promptly at 6 o'clock. Doors. Well, there's no doors, but you guys should start to arrive around 5.
I like how I had to spend a money.
Yeah.
I ain't had to come. Anything be so good. I had to come out no pocket.
And
No
for
pocket.
a great experience, right?
A quality experience,
great
and you don't gotta
quality
spend
experience.
nothing. With that said, though, however, Bisoka is always accepting donations for anybody who has a little bit extra to spare.
Yes.
You guys, please make sure that you visit right now we're still working on the website page so that you guys can have an automatic into donating. But if you do want to donate, just contact any of the members.
Y'all can
Write
have
a check.
all my money because I see where it's going. I
Right.
sees where it's going. Please
And what
take
it's doing,
take it.
and not for not just the Caribbean community, but the community of Boston as a whole.
Yes.
I mean, look at the there were no incidents out there.
Not a single one.
There were lots of parents out there supporting their kids. Lots of family out there supporting.
We did have
their
a
kids.
bee sting.
There were bee stings, and a couple of kids. A couple of kids were misplaced, but quickly put back with their parents. No incidents, and the place was cleaned up. You couldn't tell that anything happened out there later on in the evening. So support good businesses and people who are doing good for our community. And Bisoka is definitely being a leader in the Boston, not just Caribbean community, Boston community as a whole. So thank you, Bisoka, all of you all for what you are doing for us. And now into the entertainment news, which is a stark contrast to what we were just talking about. This is a note from our producer. I'm usually on board with people's creative marketing, but this some nasty-ish. Imagine walking up to your friend like, "Hey girl, I love your lip color," and she's like, "Thanks girl, that's that new gonorrhea. I mixed it with my booty hole brown to get the right shade." Sexy Red.
So we talked about this a couple of times. So it's actually launching.
It's launching. Sexy Red has
I'm sorry
launched.
to hear that.
Sexy Red, put my coochie juice on your lips. Launches. not safe for work lip glosses, and it comes in a 12 pack. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pack. It comes in an 8 pack. Sexy Red is heating up the summer with a new business venture, a line of not safe for work lip glosses, seemingly channeling her Pound Town anthem. The rapper revealed the sexually charged makeup brand online on Monday, calling it Sexy with 2 eyes, by posing for a series of provocative photos, including one where she held the box of lip glosses on her behind as she bent over.
This one.
The names are Coochie Juice, Booty Hole Brown.
Hold on. Go slow. Let's pull up the thing.
All right.
Tell us again now what they call Tone.
She also gave fans a close-up of the gloss's erotic names, which are Coochie Juice, Booty Hole Brown, Nut, Pee Hole Pink, Yellow Discharge, Gonorrhea, Blue Balls, and Sex on the Beach, which just so happens to be fruit-scented.
Fix my face.
There's fruit scented. While the lip glosses are sure to make a Midwestern mom clutch her pearls, fans are already showing the new business love online on the Instagram post, with some even labeling Sexy Red a marketing genius. Sexy Red isn't the first musician to get into the makeup business, however, just like Rihanna. No, that's not the same. For example, the singer has made a killing on her Fenty Beauty line, though fans would rather she spend more time on music than makeup, but that's the story for another day, and I think that she can do both. Selena Gomez even dipped her toe into the beauty biz when she launched Rare Beauty back in 2019. In fact, Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, Halsey, and Alicia Keys have all dropped their own beauty lines in recent years.
What I hate about what you're saying right now is that they are making a comparison to
and it's not
real businesses.
It's not.
What because this is not, I'm trying to oh no, this is not for my demographic, or I'm not the target market. I don't want my children to be the target market for gonorrhea and booty hole and pee hole pink. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it to happen.
Yeah. I as well also do not want it to. Look at the pictures, the marketing pictures, and I cannot take it. They do come in an 8-pack, so you get all eight, what is it, flavors, scents, all 8 things.
Oh, man.
What is it, all 8 flavors?
Oh, man.
I don't know.
Flavor? I don't want them to be flavors. I don't want them to be flavors or scents.
Oh, it's not Sex on the Beach.
It's Sex on my period.
Sex on my period.
Jesus. Pray for me, somebody pray for me.
Because I thought that Sex on the Beach was a very decent name.
Me too.
But not.
Me too. Me too.
My feelings just got hurt.
I mean, I have judgment. I have judgment for anybody who uses their hard-earned money that Donald Trump gave you guys in 2021 to purchase these things.
Good night, everybody. I should have saved this story for last because I'm so disheartened. This is not.
It's just.
This is not demure at all.
You know what it is. You know what it is. It is, and it's diabolical.
It's diabolical.
First of all, 2 things about that.
Yeah.
You guys got to let them go. Diabolical.
When did it start? Oh, Jesus.
Diabolical started 3 weeks ago, and now people be like, it's diabolical that I had to sit here and eat this sandwich.
I like a diabolical.
No, it's fine. Diabolical has been around for a long time.
Yes.
It's when you guys have no reason to use it and you don't know how to use it and you don't comprehend the actual definition of the word is bothersome to me because it's literally like this sandwich is diabolical. What makes it diabolical?
Right. I do not diabolical. Right. The demure. What is the demure thing?
It was a meme that started I'm so demure, I don't say something. So ever since then, all the ladies who want to live a soft life are demure.
I'm gonna play y'all something.
I just don't get it. Oh, is this her photo shoot?
Whose photo shoot?
She said that she's not demure, she's a hoe.
Oh, okay.
Burning, I need some help. Can you help me?
Hello?
Can you help me?
Hold on,
Sexy Red on the line.
What? Can you say that again?
I need to see somebody. My pussy is burning.
Oh.
Sexy Red on the line.
Oh, Jesus.
What the heck?
Lord Jesus. Lord, give me peace on my mercy.
Ay.
This is America. This is America. The freedom.
Donald Trump's America.
Sometimes
Donald Trump's
we shouldn't
America.
have no freedom of speech. Sometimes our freedom of speech needs to be taken out.
Sometimes you need to STFU.
Yep.
Freedom of speech. Just STFU forever. It's awful. The doctors charged with Matthew Perry's death still have medical licenses, a report. So yesterday we talked about how 5 people have been charged with Matthew Perry's death now, 3 of them being doctors. So the doctors charged in connection with Matthew Perry's death, Salvador Paciencia and Mark Chavez, only 2, are still licensed but cannot legally prescribe medication. Both doctors have been charged with their respective roles in distributing ketamine to Perry, who died on October 28th due to the acute effects of the medical anesthetic, and have been confirmed their involvement in supplying the beloved Friends star with it. Despite the charges, the Medical Board of California investigated both doctors but found no reason to revoke their licenses. Really? They look like they don't look right.
Lock them up.
Yeah. Both licenses are current and active around the board, and the board has not imposed any restrictions on them. They confirmed in a statement to the outlet on Saturday. Both of their licenses are listed on the Medical Board of California's website without any restrictions. Chavez is listed as renewed and current with an expiration date of June 30th, 2026. Palencia has the same status with an expiration of October 31st of this year. The board did not immediately respond to a request for comment. However, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration later told us that Chavez voluntarily gave up his right to write prescriptions last week as part of his plea deal, and Palencia's registration was reportedly pulled. They said that they were sending text messages to each other to let's see how much we can, how much this loser will take, and all kinds of things like that.
Onto this story. Derek Chauvin was in the news the other day too. Did you guys get into that?
Oh no, tell us about it.
He had to be transferred to a different federal prison after he got stabbed 21 times.
What?
They stabbed Derek Chauvin 21 times?
21 times. And he didn't die.
It's a beast.
And the guy...
Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer convicted of murdering George Floyd in 2020, was seriously injured after being stabbed at the federal prison in Arizona, where he is incarcerated. Maggie Vespa has all the details on this story. Hey, Maggie, good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. Yeah, while officials say Chauvin, who is serving both state and federal sentences, is expected to survive this attack, there are a lot of questions this morning as to how exactly this could have happened. And that being said, a quick warning, some of the information and some of the images in this story may be disturbing. This morning, former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin hospitalized after Chauvin, convicted of murdering George Floyd, was stabbed inside a medium security federal prison in Tucson, Arizona.
We are adjourned.
Chauvin was seriously injured but is expected to survive, a law enforcement source tells NBC News. The stabbing took place around 12:30 p.m. Friday, according to the Federal Bureau of Prisons, and required life-saving measures before Chauvin was rushed to the hospital. It's unclear what happened and who stabbed him. The Minnesota Attorney General stating, like any incarcerated individual, he should be able to serve his sentence without fear of retaliation or violence.
Why?
Chauvin's attorney slamming the prison for a lack of institutional control and transparency, and claiming Chauvin's family has received no update on his current condition or location, stating it appears to be indicative of a poorly run facility and indicates how Derek's assault was allowed to happen.
Find the defendant guilty.
In 2020, video capturing Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck for about 9 minutes rocked the world as Floyd cried out, "I can't breathe." Floyd's death sparked a massive nationwide wave of protests demanding racial justice, and an investigation found that Minneapolis and its police department engaged in a pattern or practice of race discrimination. Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother, speaking out about Friday's incident, telling the Associated Press he wouldn't wish for anyone to be stabbed in prison, stating, "I'm not going to give my energy towards anything that happens within those 4 walls because my energy went towards getting him in those 4 walls."
Say that. Say that. I don't have nothing to say about what happened inside of there because I put him there. So that's, I mean, it's ironic how you feel that the system is being unfair when you were a part of that same system that was doing the unfairness.
Wasn't that ironic?
Yeah.
That's true.
That is, Derek, I mean, I don't.
That is diabolical.
Yes, that is diabolical. Oh, Derek, I hope you learn how to bob and weave better next time. You know, seriously. you got to stand up for yourself.
Wow.
You know,
O.J. Simpson's estate executor is trying to liquidate assets to pay $269,000
$269,000.
I gotta liquidate his assets.
He died, right?
$269,000 yet from his house.
Oh.
Yes, OJ is dead.
Oh.
OJ Simpson has a ton of debts he needs to pay from beyond the grave. Why? He's dead.
Exactly.
So many, the executor of his estate says he's taking off the kid gloves to scrape up some money ASAP. Malcolm Lavergne, who went from being OJ's longtime lawyer to now running his probate estate after he died last April, says he's trying to bring in more than $269,000 from one of OJ's homes and might have to go through Simpson's son, Justin, to get it. Look at Justin. Look how grown Justin is.
I know,
Oh my
Justin
goodness.
is so big.
Malcolm says Justin, whose mother was Nicole Brown Simpson, helped his father buy his forever home in Las Vegas a couple years ago, and now the estate wants to recoup the money OJ put into the home, which Laverne pegs at about $159,000. What's more, he says the home is now worth over $100K more than when it was purchased in 2022. So Laverne's position is that both the equity and the amount OJ put into the home belong to OJ's estate. We reached out to Justin for his take on his father's home, but we haven't heard back from him. Where is it? I can't see it. Of course, the $269,000 is just a drop in the bucket when it comes to the creditors of the estate. There's more than $33.5 million judgment OJ owed his victims' families after the 1997 wrongful death lawsuit.
He ain't got it.
He's dead. OJ was acquitted in his murder trial, but he was later found liable for the deaths of Nicole and Ron Goldman in a Santa Monica civil court. And although the judgment was originally $33.5 million, interest on the unpaid debt has reportedly ballooned to around $100 million.
I don't think they're gonna get it.
He ain't got it.
He's dead. On top of all this, OJ's estate was recently hit with a $500,000 tax lien from the state of California.
Where y'all gonna get it from? What are you leaning on? He's not there. He is not able to give it to you.
He's dead. Laverne says OJ's estate is virtually worthless at this point, so he's turning over every stone to find all resources of revenue to fund the estate and help pay back creditors like the IRS, the California Tax Board, and the Goldmans. Thing is, Laverne says he's disappointed. He's meeting strong resistance to his efforts to collect and liquidate OJ's property, but he plans to get tough on everyone, including OJ's family. One Simpson crown jewel of sorts he's trying to get his hands on is his Pro Football Hall of Fame ring, which he says has been missing since Simpson died, along with a fancy Rolex of his. He's clearly peeved in its MIA, telling us it belongs to the estate and I want it placed at my feet. In addition to the house and the ring, Malcolm's also seeking permission to sell a bunch of OJ's belongings at auction to raise money for the estate. If his kids have his ring and his Rolex, let them kids have that ring and that Rolex.
Exactly.
Are you kidding me?
They're still your family.
Vultures. This is disgusting.
Nasty word.
And he's dead. The Dream has asked a judge to dismiss his rape and sex trafficking lawsuit. The Dream has petitioned to have the rape and sex trafficking lawsuit made against him dismissed. The R&B superstar was accused by a former protege named Shanaz Mangro of sexually and emotionally abusing her, and claims he has already denied. In his motion, the singer-songwriter is asking the judge overseeing the case to make a number of amendments, according to Variety. He's asking for the rape claim to be dismissed from the suit, as it is not a separate civil cause of action under California law, as well as a removal of 300 paragraphs from the filing that he claims were irrelevant to the proceedings.
Did he do it or did he not do it?
What you think?
Okay.
All right. The Dream also wants his company Contra Paris LLC to be removed from the filing, as it is based in Delaware, and additionally claims that the sex trafficking allegation has no merit as it does not meet the definition of law in California, which requires a commercial element. The complaint is a textbook example of shotgun pleading and must be dismissed in its entirety for failing to attribute specific factual allegations to each defendant. So the Dream wants the case dismissed, and so we will see what happens.
What do y'all think? The Dream? What do y'all think?
What is the story behind this?
I don't know.
Remember?
Oh, so where he locked Miss Mangro in a dark room adjacent to a recording studio, violently having sex with her, and then leaving her alone naked in the dark for hours on end, returning again, have sex with her, and demand that she tell him she loved him. Oh.
That don't sound bad. That sound like Ike and Din Thurn.
Yeah, do it.
Eat the cake, enemy.
Right.
Tell me you love me.
It sounds like the sex offs that P. Diddy was having.
Oh, the other show that I watched is a show called Found on Peacock, and it's about you know who's in it? The girl from Shameless, the black girl. Yeah. She's in it, and she plays a woman who helps find lost people, and she's in that show. And that just reminded me. This reminded me of this rape and sex trafficking.
Nothing ever sounds far fetched to me in life.
Yeah.
So until they can figure it out, then I don't know.
Yeah.
Did it.
Well, that has been our entertainment news for the day, everybody.
Yes,
don't forget, Pan on the Plaza tomorrow night. Make your plans from now. It's a family-friendly event. Bring the kiddies out. They still don't go back to school for a little couple of few days. So bring them out, have them enjoy, expose them to some culture. There will be things out there for everyone, and everyone will enjoy it. Pan on the Plaza, City Hall Plaza, event by B. Soka Entertainment tomorrow evening. Excited. So you all have a great day. Enjoy whatever you're going to do. I think the day looks like it's going to brighten up. The sun might come out. Drink responsibly if that's what you're going to do. It is Carnival Tuesday. Celebrate in some way. And have a great day.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
Broadcasting live worldwide. This is
Spark FM.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look